Good evening. I'd like to call to order this special meeting of the Urbana City Council for Monday, June 6th, 2022. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Wu.
Here.
Mr. Evans.
Here.
Ms. Hersey.
Here.
Ms. Colasetti.
Here.
Ms. Bishop.
Here.
Ms. Wilkin.
Here.
Mr. Quisenberry.
Here.
Mayor Marlin.
Here. There are no additions to the agenda. Next item is public input. Does anybody wish to address this special meeting of the Urbana City Council? Please state your name for the record.
Patrick Thompson, and I am here tonight to just remind the mayor and staff and city council that I am still looking to see about the CDAP or minority business opportunity for the city of Urbana to adopt. We had a mixer was a week ago, and that was some of the things that were talked about at the forum regarding contract opportunities for minorities. So I am still looking for the city of Urbana to adopt something and put a policy in place so that we can start seeing some contracting opportunities. I recently received some data information from IDOT, and I'm going to share it with you guys. So from the time frame of 2018 to present, there has been no African American owned firms ever awarded a IDOT contract or been awarded an IDOT contract in District 5, which is Champaign County. So, and that's what I received, and that's been since 2018. So we still got a long way to go for state municipalities to look at this and implement some programs and opportunities so that we can start seeing African Americans doing businesses, creating jobs, opportunities. And so I'm hoping that the council and staff are moving forward with some implementation. And when can we hope to see something in place? So I'll leave you guys with that. Thanks.
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to address the Urbana City Council?
We received an email for this particular public comment. It says, "My name is Brandy McCoy, Urbana resident. As I view tonight's meeting from home, sick with COVID, I will ask that a means of virtual participation be afforded for this public hearing. Transmission rates are crazy high, and so many people I know have caught the virus in the last week or two. Public hearings aren't very public, and they're not very accessible if people have to brave a pandemic to participate in them. Thank you, Brandy M.V. McCoy."
Thank you. Any other persons wish to address the Urbana City Council? This is a special meeting. Okay. We'll move on to ordinance number 2022-06-022, which is an ordinance fixing a time and place for a public hearing in connection with the amendment of the City of Urbana Central TIF District. And this would be Stephanie McMahon presenting. Thank you.
Good evening.
I'm Steph McMahon, Economic Development Supervisor for the city, and tonight I'm bringing to you an ordinance for consideration to set a time and a place for a public hearing, and this would be in connection with an amendment to our Central TIF district to add a .31 acre parcel of land and the reason we would like to do this is because TIF 2 is going to expire at the end of this year. And when that happens, Central TIF and TIF 4, our two remaining TIF districts, will not be contiguous anymore, so they won't be touching. That means we couldn't use money between each of the TIF districts if they're not touching. And so we've started a legislative process that requires several meetings and mailings that go out to all residents in the TIF area, Central TIF area, business owners, property owners, to let them know we would like to make this minor adjustment to the TIF. And part of that process is holding a public hearing, which we would like to have on August 1st. So, and we would bring any comments, concerns, or issues back to the council to consider in regards to this TIF amendment. So, I'm glad to answer any questions you have about this process, but it's a very quick and minor thing, and you'll hear more information on August 1st, but we did include the proposed TIF amendment, Central TIF amendment packet in your packet tonight.
So let's keep the questions to the actual process. And again, the purpose of the ordinance is to set a date for the public hearing in August.
Correct.
Any questions about process? Grace?
So then, just to clarify, then this would come back to council before any final changes for approval, is that correct?
Absolutely. We've had one public meeting already that was noticed and mailings went out, and that was in May 19th. And then we're going to hold a TIF Joint Review Board, which will be a public meeting on June 21st. So anybody who has comment can also come to that meeting. And then we would be coming back to you at this public hearing on August 1st to hear any feedback we received before it would be passed.
Thank you. And then, Ken, let me know if this is not on the process line of questioning, but I think it would be important for the public too, if you could explain what would be the purpose of this, like what funds would be transferred for what purposes?
Sure. Well, what this allows is it's the porting of funds between Central and TIF 4 if it is passed, and that will be very helpful for us in continuing to offer grants between the two TIFs. It will help with the hotel redevelopment agreement that we have in place and any other developments that happen in Central or TIF 4. So we wouldn't move funds unless they were needed.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion to put this item on the floor? Mary Alice?
I'll move approval of ordinance number 2022-06022, an ordinance fixing a time and place for public hearing in connection with the amendment to the City of Urbana Central TIF District.
A second.
Moved by Mary Alice, seconded by Sharice. Further discussion? Grace?
I would just say quickly that I do have some concerns about taking money from one TIF for the other. It seems like it's kind of proposed as one way from Cunningham TIF to Central TIF. And I just think that Cunningham TIF deserves its own TIF money for its own investments.
Absolutely, and we're targeting some areas in TIF 4 for development also that we're looking into potential projects there. So it could go either way depending on what projects and development we're able to get in place while we still have TIF districts.
And again, the information, background information and the report is included in the packet, so for the public who want to learn more about this, you can go to the agenda and see the packet, and then there will be plenty of opportunities for discussion about this.
Yeah.
The ordinance here is to just set the time and the date of the public hearing. Further discussion. Chandra?
Where would the meeting be held? Here in Chambers?
Yes.
Okay.
To be clear, the hearing will be fixed at 7 o'clock on Monday, August 1st, 2022, at the Urbana City Building in this room. So it would take place before the regular council or committee meeting. Okay. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Wu,
Yes.
Mr. Evans,
Yes.
Ms. Hersey,
Yes.
Ms. Colacetti,
Yes.
Ms. Bishop,
Yes.
Ms. Wilkin,
Yes.
Mr. Quisenberry.
Yes.
That motion passes. Thank you, staff. The last item on the agenda are staff reappointments. So as you remember, last fall, the Urbana City Council revised the Urbana City Code to allow for a maximum staff appointment period of 2 years. Prior to that, we've done annual appointments. And I'm submitting for your approval tonight that the individuals on the list that was included in your packet be reappointed for the period of July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2024. Again, and I'll get to them in a minute. For background information, the Urbana Council approved appointments for people serving in an interim capacity. These include Sheila Dodd, who's the Interim Director of Community Development Services. Her term ends February 13th, 2024, or until filled. Richard Searles, Interim Chief of Police, for a term ending April 1st, 2024, or until filled. Matt Bain, Interim Deputy Chief of Police, for a term ending April 1st, 2024, and until filled. And those, all three, the Chief of Police and the Director of Community Development Services positions will be undergoing a search getting underway shortly. So up for reappointment tonight are people who are currently serving in these positions. And I'll just read them. The background information on each person was sent to the council 2 weeks ago per the requirements of our city code. So for the Executive Department, City Administrator Carol Mitten, Human Rights and Equity Officer, and that's City Administrator position, Human Rights and Equity Officer Carla Boyd, Information Technology Manager, Sanford Hess. Special Advisor for Integrated Strategy Development, Andrea Rudy. In the Human Resources and Finance Department, Human Resources and Finance Director, CFO, Elizabeth Hannon. Deputy Finance Director, Shannon Clark. Fire Department includes the Fire Chief, Kent DeMond-Dade, and the Deputy Fire Chief, Kyle Hench. In the Public Works Department is the Public Works Director, Tim Cowan, the Deputy Public Works Director, Vince Gustafson, City Engineer, John Zeman, and City Attorney, Dave Wesner. Now, as a note, David Wesner isn't a city employee. He's under contract with Evans, Freilich, Beth, and Chamley. He serves as the city attorney. So I would ask a motion for approval. Grace?
Are we taking these individually?
No. We're taking these as a group.
Oh, could we? I would like to request that we take these individually.
We typically don't do that.
I thought we talked about this in the process last year.
Is there a motion to consider these individually? You'd have to separate this.
Yes, I would move to take these individually.
I'll second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed?
Nay.
Gonna have to see hands here. All those in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4. All those opposed? 4 to 3. All right. City Administrator, could I have a motion for approval?
I'll move approval for the City Administrator Carol Mitten to be for July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2024 for approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion. Will the clerk please, let's see, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed?
Nay.
Human Rights and Equity Officer, Carla Boyd. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval of Human Rights and Equity Officer Carla Boyd appointment for July 1, 2022 through July 30th, 2024.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Information Technology Manager, Sanford Hess.
I'll move approval of the appointment of Sanford Hess for the time specified.
Second.
Moved by James, seconded by Grace. Discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed? Special Advisor for Integrated Strategy Development. Is there a motion?
Move approval for Special Advisor Integrated Strategy Development, Andrea Rudy.
Second.
Moved by Grace, seconded by James. Discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Chris and Chandra? Human Resources and Finance Director, CFO. Is there a motion? Elizabeth Hannon.
I'll move approval of reappointment of Elizabeth Hannon for July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2024.
I'll second.
Discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Deputy Finance Director Shannon Clark. Is there a motion?
Move for reappointing Shannon Clark for Deputy Finance Director.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Fire Chief Damon Dade. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval for Demond Dade to be appointed for this specified term.
I'll second.
Moved by Mary Alice, seconded by Sharice. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Deputy Fire Chief Kyle Hench. Is there a motion?
I move for Kyle Hinch to be approved for the term from, what? May 2022. I'm trying to think, where's the date?
June.
Anyway,
July 1st, 2022 through
To-
June 30th, 2024.
yeah, those.
I'll second.
Chandra? Okay. Everyone sounds the same with a mask on. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That motion passes. Public Works Director Tim Cowan.
I'd like to move reappointment of Tim Cowan for Public Works Director.
Second.
Moved by Grace, seconded by Sharice. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Deputy Public Works Director Vince Gustafson. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval of reappointment for Vince Gustafson from July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2024.
I'll second.
I heard something over on this side.
Chandra.
Chandra? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. City Engineer John Zeman.
I move approval of City Engineer John Zeman for the specified term.
Second?
I'll second.
Jaya? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? City Attorney, David Wesner.
I'll move approval for David Westner as city attorney for the specified term.
Second.
Moved by Mary Alice, seconded by Sharice. All those in favor, please say.
Diane, I have a question.
Yes.
So since this is a contract, if Mr. Westner leaves the employment of the law firm, does that mean that a new person would be, we would have a new person from that law firm and then that would come up for a vote again?
That's one thing. Yeah, it's a possibility
What are the other possibilities?
that we would search for a permanent.
Okay.
But
All right.
at this point, we're very happy with this arrangement, and it's
Okay.
working out well. Any other questions? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Okay, I'll need a show of hands, please. 1, 2, 3 nays. 4 ayes. That motion passes. Those individuals are reappointed. Okay, with no further business before the special council meeting, we are adjourned.